Please write this down. Very important. You did not arrive on this planet empty. You arrived preloaded. You were not born to go around this earth like a beggar, searching for meaning under rocks and in other people's opinions. You were born with meaning already resident. Purpose is not something you find. Purpose is something you reveal. It is not outside of you in a conference or a career fair. It is inside of you like software in a device, hidden until you turn it on. Let God be true and trust no man. Keep your thinking to yourself if it contradicts the manufacturer. The Bible says in Jeremiah 1-5, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, which means your blueprint existed before your body. Wow. That means discovery, not invention, is your life's assignment. Write this down. The creator is the manufacturer, and he never releases a product without installing the program for its function. Your spirit came with an operating system called purpose. That is why Ephesians 2:10 declares, we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared in advance. In advance means preloaded. The manual is the word. The warranty is the covenant. The image on the product is in his likeness. The manufacturer puts his name on what he made, not to decorate you, but to protect his own reputation through your success. So stop asking the crowd to define what only the manual can explain. The crowd doesn't have your warranty information. Please write this down, very important. The greatest fear of a human is not death. The greatest fear is finishing life without finishing what you were born to start. Dying is not the tragedy. Living without completion is the tragedy. The Apostle Paul said, I have finished my course, 2 Timothy 4-7. That is the goal. Jesus, the pattern son, said, it is finished, John 19:30. Completion, not mere existence. There are many who breathe but are not living because they have not activated what was installed. That is why you feel restless in rooms that applaud you. Your inside knows there is more. You were designed for an assignment, and applause is no substitute for completion. Tell your neighbor, announce it like a verdict. I'm not a mistake. I'm loaded. Say it again until your doubt surrenders. I am loaded. You won the race before you met the world. That is why you were born. You outran millions to arrive here. You are not an experiment. You are evidence. So stop chasing labels to feel valuable. When you buy a phone and don't read the manual, you abuse it. When you ignore your manufacturer, you misused you. Purpose is not in fashion, it is in formation. Now, hear this promise and write it down. Clarity is possible today because God finishes before he starts. Isaiah 46:10, declaring the end from the beginning. Your end was encoded in your beginning. Your future is not ahead of you. Your future is trapped within you, waiting for permission. So this is the moment we turn from external scavenger hunts to internal excavation. We are going back to the manufacturer, back to the manual, back to the original installation. Because you didn't arrive empty, you arrived preloaded. And today, we begin to turn it on. Please write this down, very important. I have reduced the entire human experience to 5 questions. These 5 questions control the human race. These 5 questions are the source of every problem the human faces. Here they are. Who am I? Where am I from? Why am I here? What can I do? Where am I going? If these remain unanswered, you will hustle intelligently and still end up lost. Psalm 11:3 asks, if the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? Foundations. These 5 are your foundation. If the foundation is cracked, the house is stressed. Who am I? That is identity. Where am I from? That is origin. Why am I here? That is purpose. What can I do? That is potential. Where am I going? That is destiny. Are you sure you know who you are? Answer me. Are you sure? Write it down. Do not assume. Because the minute you misanswer identity, you begin to borrow living. You will wear another man's name to feel valuable. You will join a trend to feel complete. You will enter relationships to avoid being alone with a stranger called you. Romans 3-4 says, let God be true and every man a liar. Let that settle your soul. Let God define you. Let crowds be quiet. I met a young woman, I call her Layla, talented, beautiful, 3 degrees, always exhausted. She swapped careers like shoes, changed hairstyles with the seasons, and her social page was a museum of other people's opinions. She said, doctor, I'm stuck. No, you're not stuck. Your identity is uninstalled. You think you need a new job. You need a new answer to question 1. Misuse is inevitable when identity is unknown. If you don't know what a product is, you will use it for what it was not made to do. That is why you're tired. You are busy violating yourself. Where am I from? Not your street, not your surname, not your flag. Jesus said, I am from above, you are from below. John 8:23. Origin determines value and warranty. If you think you came from random, you sell yourself cheap. If you know you came from the Creator, you won't rent your soul to the marketplace. Why am I here? If you don't answer that, you will mistake activity for assignment. What can I do? If you don't discover that, you will fear your own potential and hide behind safe titles. Where am I going? If that is unclear, you will settle for anywhere and call it favor. Are you sure you know who you are? Ask it again. Are you sure? Write it down. Stop asking broken systems to heal your questions. Schools can give you information, but not identity. Governments can give you protection, but not purpose. Friends can give you company, but not destiny. Hear me, purpose, confusion is identity. Confusion, wearing makeup. Until question 1 and 2 are settled, question 3 through 5 remain blurred. So what do? We will not return to the marketplace to answer manufacturer questions. The crowd does not own your manual. The next step is non-negotiable. We must go back to the manufacturer. The one who made you holds the only accurate answers to these 5. Get ready. We are going to the manual, to the warranty, to the original intent, because only the manufacturer can tell the product why it exists. Please write this down. Very important. No product can define itself. The toaster does not discover its purpose by interviewing the microwave. The automobile does not hold a staff meeting to determine whether it is a boat. Purpose is not decided by the product. Purpose is revealed by the manufacturer. Know that the Lord, He is God. It is He who has made us and not we ourselves. Psalm 100:3. Let God be true and trust no man. Keep your thinking to yourself. If it contradicts the manufacturer, stop letting people who didn't make you tell you what you are. Every manufacturer includes 3 things with a product: a manual, a warranty, and a guarantee. The manual is the mind of the maker in print. The warranty is the promise of protection within conditions. The guarantee is the confidence of the maker in his own work. The Bible is the manufacturer's manual. Ignore it and you will misdiagnose yourself. All scripture is God breathed and is useful for teaching, rebuking, correcting, and training. 2 Timothy 3:16, useful for what? For bringing the product into alignment with the intent. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. Psalm 119-105. If you walk without that light, you will stumble in success and call it progress while breaking your own parts. Abuse means abnormal use. When you operate outside of the manual, you void your warranty, not because the maker is angry, but because you have left the conditions under which he guarantees performance. Write this down. Family opinions are not your manual. Social media is not your manual. Your GPA is not your manual. Your HR file is not your manual. Culture is not your manual. They are all counterfeit manuals, beautiful covers, wrong content. Stop letting people who didn't make you tell you what you are. I don't care if they share your blood or share your bed. If they didn't create you, they don't define you. Through Him, all things were made. Without Him, nothing was made that has been made. John 1-3. That includes you. You are not a committee product. You are a creator original. Now listen carefully. This will save your mind. The last thing a manufacturer puts on a product is its image. Genesis 1:26 says, let us make man in our image according to our likeness. Why stamp the image? Reputation. The success of what he made protects his name. Psalm 23:3 announces, he leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Manufacturers don't defend products for your sake. They defend them for their brand's sake. That is why the covenant reads like a warranty. When you stay within specifications, obedience to the manual, the manufacturer stands behind you publicly because his logo is on your life. Tell your neighbor, read it out loud. Stop letting people who didn't make you tell you what you are. Your grades measured memory, not destiny. Your followers counted curiosity, not calling. Your family saw history, not prophecy. Only the manual reveals original intent. And when you return to the manual, you discover something astonishing about the manufacturer. He never starts until he finishes. He installs the end at the beginning, then releases the product to grow into what was already completed. Declaring the end from the beginning, Isaiah 46:10. We are going there next, but hear the core revelation today. Purpose is not guessed, it is specified. The only reliable explanation of you is the intent of the one who made you. Everything else is guesswork. Close the counterfeit apps. Open the manual. Your warranty is waiting. Please write this down, very important. God never experiments. He finishes before he starts. He does not send you into time to discover if you might become something. He completes you in intent, then releases you to reveal what he already decided. Isaiah says he declares the end from the beginning. Isaiah 46:10. That is not poetry, that is policy. That means your destiny was completed in the mind of God, then wrapped in a body, placed in a family, and delivered to a generation to manifest on schedule. Your life is not an improvisation. Your life is an unveiling. Hear me. Your future is not ahead of you. Your future is trapped within you. Write it down. The oak is not in the forest. The oak is in the acorn. Everything that tree will become is locked inside a small, unattractive shell. But the code is complete. When pressure, soil, light, and water cooperate, the secret becomes public. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, he has set eternity in their hearts. Eternity is in you right now, latent, loaded, waiting for conditions. You are walking around like an acorn, feeling small, while carrying a forest nobody has seen yet. That is why frustration hunts you in safe places. Your inside knows there are branches. Let me extract a principle from that verse in Isaiah. If he declares the end from the beginning, then he starts after he finishes. If he starts after he finishes, then your existence is evidence of completion, not confusion. If your existence is evidence of completion, then destiny is not manufactured by hustle, it is revealed by obedience. Please write this down. Stop trying to become what you already are. Start uncovering what you already carry. Philippians 1-6 agrees. He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. He began it because he completed it. He is not nervous about you. You are under warranty. Tell your neighbor, announce it like a verdict. My life is not random. My life is arranged. Say it again. Until your fear submits, my life is arranged. You didn't miss your season, you missed your instructions. You didn't lose your purpose, you lost your manual. When a seed delays sprouting, the farmer does not accuse the seed, he checks the soil. The problem is never in the code. The problem is in the conditions. That is why God calls you to alignment, not ambition. Many are the plans in your heart, but purpose will prevail. Purpose is more powerful than plans, more important than plans, and precedes plans, because purpose was finished before planning began. I met a young man, called him Jaden, angry at time. I'm late, he said. Everybody passed me. No, son, you are not late. Your seed coat is still on. Acorns don't compete, they germinate. Seeds don't chase calendars, they respond to light. That is why the Spirit keeps nudging you toward the manual and away from noise. Light reveals what the dark can only guess. The moment you submit to specifications, The future locked inside begins to break the shell. Light comes when you move. Now write this as a bridge in your notes. If destiny is installed, the question is not where can I go to find it, but where do I look to uncover it? The manufacturer hid your end in your beginning, inside your identity, inside your gifts, and inside the clues you carried as a child before the world edited you. We are going there step by step. But today, settle this non-negotiable. God finishes before he starts. Your end was built into your beginning. So stop panicking about the journey and start preparing the soil. Announce, my life is not random. My life is arranged. And because it is arranged, I will arrange my life around his intent until what he finished becomes what I reveal. Please write this down. Very important. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail. Proverbs 19:21. Extract 3 laws from that one verse. Purpose is more powerful than plans. Purpose is more important than plans. And purpose precedes plans. Plans are your ideas. Purpose is his intent. Plans are projections. Purpose is the specification. Let God be true and trust no man. Keep your thinking to yourself if it contradicts the manufacturer. Because when your plan collides with his purpose, your plan will lose politely or painfully, but it will lose. Here is the deception of our generation. We mistake busyness for obedience. We frame our calendars and call them destiny. We are like Martha, distracted with much serving, while Jesus says to Mary, only one thing is needed. Luke 10:41-42. Write this down. Good can be the enemy of right. Sophisticated disobedience is still disobedience. Some of you are exhausted, not because you are weak, but because you are working a plan God never authored. Purpose does not create stress. Resistance to purpose does. Frustration is feedback. Hear me. When you live outside of purpose, the symptoms recur like a stubborn cold. Boredom on the other side of achievement. Anxiety on Sunday night. Secret envy of people who have less but laugh more. And the same cycles returning every quarter like a bill start high, fade fast, reset, repeat. That is your soul's alarm saying this plan is misaligned. Psalm 37:23 says, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Steps are ordered by purpose, not by public demand. If peace is missing, check the plan against the purpose. The peace of God does not guard rebellion, it guards alignment. Philippians 4:7. Please write this down. Plans are negotiable. Purpose is non-negotiable. Your peace follows purpose, not preference. Preference asks, what do I feel like? Purpose asks, what was I sent to do? Jesus modeled it. My food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work. Food is energy. If you're tired all the time, maybe you've been eating plans instead of purpose. Tell your neighbor, announce it. Good is not enough for me. I want right. Let me give you a picture. Noah built something that didn't make sense on paper because the plan he carried was submitted to a purpose that predated the rain. The crowd had plans for parties. Noah had specifications for an ark. When the storm came, purpose proved wiser than popularity. Some of you are asking for a new plan. Heaven is asking for a new posture. Nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done. Luke 22:42. Submit the plan, secure the peace. So how do we align the plan to the purpose? We return to the manufacturer and trace the embedded patterns. Write this bridge in your notes. To uncover purpose, you must examine the clues. He already installed your true identity beyond performance. Your gifts that keep showing up even when you try to hide them, and the childhood passions that were pure before the world educated you out of them. We will open those files next. For now, lay your plans on the altar and pick up the intent that predates every idea you ever had. Purpose will prevail. Align and let peace return. Please write this down, very important. Purpose begins when you stop performing and start recognizing who you truly are. Function flows from nature. A fish doesn't attend swimming school. It swims because it is a fish. Birds don't fast to fly. Wings announce assignment. In Genesis 1, the manufacturer set the law according to their kind. Nature dictates function. Design reveals duty. Essence explains expression. So the first clue is not what should I do. The first clue is who am I? If you answer that, the doing will report for duty. Let me confront the masquerade with love. Many of you are exhausted because you are auditioning for a role you were never cast to play. You are trying on other people's armor like David then, wondering why it feels heavy. I cannot go with these, he said, and he took them off. 1 Samuel 17:39. Write it down. Borrowed identity always produces burden. You brand your body with other men's names to feel valuable. Jordan on your chest, Gucci on your belt, somebody's initials on your purse, and still you don't know your own. You hide in relationships. If I am with them, I am someone. You cling to titles, VP, PhD, director, because you are terrified of the naked question, who am I, without applause. Galatians 1:10 asks, am I now trying to win the approval of men or of God? Let God be true and trust no man. Keep your thinking to yourself if it contradicts the manufacturer. Hear me, prophetic and personal. You are not confused. You are crowded. Too many voices are talking to you. Jesus said, my sheep hear my voice. John 10:27. Your crisis is not ability. It is frequency. Romans 12:2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Prove means demonstrate the specifications. You cannot prove purpose with a polluted identity. Clear the room. Mute the crowd. Open the manual. Practical questions. Write them quickly. What do you defend instinctively even when you're not paid? That reveals value architecture. Where do you naturally lead without a title? People follow you there. What problem do you hate seeing broken when you see it? Anger rises like a holy protest. That is purpose, pulling on identity. What do you keep returning to in your free time when no one is scoring you? What do people secretly thank you for over and over? What do they say you do without trying? These are fingerprints of your kind. Scripture now names you. You are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. 1 Peter 2:9. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139:14. The angel found Gideon hiding and called him mighty man of valor. Judges 6:12. Before he performed a single act. Identity precedes activity. So go to the mirror tonight and announce, I am not my job. I am not my trauma. I am not your opinion. I am the image of God, under warranty, with specifications. Tell your neighbor, meet yourself again. Once identity is clarified, gifts become visible. Why? Because gifts are evidence of installation. They are the features that came with your model. When you stop wearing Saul's armor, you can see your sling. We are about to open that file. But for now, write this down. Who you are determines what you do. Meet yourself, and your work will find you. Please write this down. Very important. Now that you have met yourself, look for the features the manufacturer installed. Gifts are built-in capacities. The Creator never demands what he did not supply. Romans 12:6 says, having gifts that differ according to the grace given to us, let us use them. Grace is supply, gift is capacity, use is obedience. In the parable, he gave to each according to his ability. Matthew 25-15. God is not cruel. He assigns by installation. He gives seed to the sower. 2 Corinthians 9:10. If he called you to sow, he already put seed in your hand. Stop calling yourself empty when heaven calls you equipped. Define these, write it. Talent is raw wiring, natural aptitude you discover early, like a frequency you were born tuned to. Skill is talent, discipline, hours, practice, correction, repetition. But gifting points to assignment, what heaven embedded to perform a kingdom function. Talent can entertain, skill can impress, gift deploys you to the reason you woke up breathing. Exodus 31:3, God says of Bezalel, I have filled him with the Spirit of God, with wisdom, understanding, and knowledge in all manner of workmanship. See it? A spirit-filled craftsman, gift plus skill equals assignment fulfilled. Now here the ease indicator, don't miss this. Your gift often feels natural to you, but looks extraordinary to others. You think, it's nothing, I just do it, while they stand in awe. Do not dismiss what is easy. Ease is evidence of design. A key fits a lock without sweat. David didn't strain to swing a sling that was his lane. Joseph didn't force dreams, they found him. Moses didn't invent a rod. God asks, what is that in your hand? Exodus 4:2. Please write this down. What flows out of you without friction often flags what you were formed for. Proverbs 18:16 says, a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. Room appears when you operate in ease. Stop envying someone else's difficulty and honor your own design. Activation right now. Open your mouth and tell your neighbor, what's in me is for somebody. Say it again. What's in me is for somebody. 1 Peter 4:10 declares, each one should use whatever gift he has received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace. Your gift is not for your ego. It is for someone's deliverance. That's why you feel heavy when you hoard it. Gifts decay in storage. They multiply in service. When you release what is in you, heaven releases what is around you. Practical questions, right quickly. What do people consistently ask you to do just this once and then come back again? That repetition is a signal. What drains others but feeds you? That energy return is a clue. What do you fix while talking on the phone, and when you hang up, excellence is sitting there smiling at you? That accidental excellence is assignment peeking through. Where do results appear even when you feel underqualified? Grace compensates where calling is authentic. Do not wait for a platform. Polish the gift, practice the skill, and present it as worship. My food, Jesus said, is to do the will of him who sent me. John 4:34. Food is energy. If you keep losing strength, check if you're feeding your plan or serving your gift. Write this bridge. Gifts appear early because purpose was installed early. The file was present before the classroom. That is why your childhood contains the next set of clues before the world talked you out of it. Jesus said, unless you become like little children, Matthew 18:3. We're going back to recover the first dream, the pure desire, the unedited you. But for today, settle this. Whatever you are equipped to do is evidence of what you were sent to do. Use it and watch the room open. Please write this down. Very important. Childhood is not nostalgia. It is research. Jesus said, unless you become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 18:3. Why children? Because before society trained you, your spirit spoke clearly. Before the crowd edited you, the manufacturer whispered raw intent. Jeremiah heard it. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. Set apart when? Before birth. That means the earliest echoes weren't random. They were rehearsal. Let me confront you with love. Some of you are educated out of your purpose degree rich and destiny poor. You upgraded your certificates and downgraded your calling. Teachers said be realistic. Bills said shrink. Poverty said survive. Critics said, who do you think you are? And your operating system believed the pop-up. Write this down. Culture keeps trying to overwrite your original file. Fear is malware. Comparison is a virus. The phrase that doesn't pay was a hacker at your destiny. Let God be true and trust no man if they contradict the manufacturer. Stop letting people who didn't make you tell you what you are. We are going to recover the file. Close your eyes, remember. What did you pretend to be before applause trained you? Did you line up teddy bears and teach them lessons? That is instruction software. Did you build forts from boxes and draw cities on paper? That is architecture and vision. Did you organize cousins into teams and create rules for the game? That is governance and leadership. Did you fix broken toys and open radios just to see how they work? That is engineering curiosity. Did you sketch dresses in the margins, hum melodies on the bus, write stories in the dark? That is design, sound, and language stewardship. Did you defend the quiet kid, settle fights, translate big words for your siblings? That is advocacy and diplomacy. Did you sell lemonade and count coins with a smile? That is enterprise. Write it down. What did I pretend, build, organize, teach, fix, draw, lead, or protect as a child? Your answer is not childish, it is childlike. It is a fingerprint on the hard drive. Joseph's first files were dreams, and they offended grown men who had lost theirs. David's sling showed up in the pasture before it defeated a giant. Who you are appears small at first because purity always looks simple. Don't despise it. Your original file was clean, no plugins, no viruses, just specification. Go back and open it. Now hear the warning. Revelation without obedience becomes torment. Write that down. Light that does not lead to movement creates condemnation. Faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. James 2:17. So this week, schedule Revelation Recovery. Buy a simple notebook and label it Original File. Page 1 lists 10 sentences that begin, as a child, I love to. Circle 3. Choose one micro step you will obey in 72 hours. Teach a 1 5-minute lesson online. Build a small prototype. Write 1 page. Sketch 1 design. Volunteer once where that desire serves people. Do it as worship. Tell your neighbor, this is not playtime, this is recovery. We will talk obedience next because discovery demands deployment. But hear the decree. Your earliest passions often reveal your purest purpose before the world talked you out of it. Pick up the first dream, and the manufacturer will meet you in motion. Light comes when you move. Please write this down, very important. Purpose is revealed to movers. God rarely gives the map, he gives the next step. Your word is a lamp to my feet, Psalm 119 to 105. A lamp, not a stadium light. Lamps illuminate inches, not miles. If you are waiting for miles of clarity, you will die intelligent and disobedient. Obedience uncovers what information hides. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Proverbs 3-6. Paths appear under the foot of the obedient. When Israel stood frozen at the Red Sea, God told Moses, tell the children of Israel to go forward. Exodus 14:15. The sea did not split for thinkers, it split for movers. Alignment, not perfection. Hear me, you do not need to know everything, you need to do the next right thing. Abraham left without a forwarding address. Go to a land I will show you. Genesis 12:1. Will show means progressive revelation. Jesus sent 10 lepers and said, go, show yourselves to the priest. And as they went, they were cleansed. Luke 17:14. Write this down. Light comes when you move. Say it. Light comes when I move. Now open your mouth, call and respond. Say, Lord, I will do what I know to do. Practical activation right now. Number 1, write the vision. Write the vision and make it plain. Habakkuk 2:2. Plain means actionable. Convert passion into a sentence and a schedule. 1 sentence that names your assignment lane. 1 schedule block this week that moves it an inch. If it's not on paper and in your calendar, it's not obedient, it's optimistic. Number 2, test small. He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. Luke 16:10. Build a tiny prototype. Teach a 2 0-minute lesson to 5 people on Zoom. Run a 1-page outline by a mentor. Host a micro gathering for 6. Excellence grows by iteration, not imagination. Number 3, serve where your gift is needed. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others. 1 Peter 4:10. Don't wait for a stage. Create a service. Offer your gift weekly for 6 weeks in a place where pain is present. Gifts mature under pressure and people, not pillows. Number 4, seek mentorship that confirms design, not controls it. Samuel heard a voice. Eli taught him how to answer it, but Eli did not become the voice. 1 Samuel 3-9. That's a true mentor, recognizes your frequency, refuses to replace it. Ask mentors to verify alignment. Does this look like my design? Where is the next inch? What must I stop? Number 5, move, measure, and modify. After every obedient step, evaluate fruit. Acts 9 is a template. Arise and go into the city, and it shall be told you what you must do. Acts 9-6. Obedience unlocks the next instruction. Motion is heaven's request for additional data. Tell your neighbor, do what you know, and you know what to do. Stop praying for step 4 while ignoring step 1. Mark 16:20 says, they went out and preached everywhere, the Lord working with them. He works with movers. Say it again. Lord, I will do what I know to do. Now, why do many of you resist obedience? Because you confuse safety with assignment. You are trapped in a job mindset, waiting for employment to grant permission that only deployment can authorize. You keep asking the paycheck for purpose. That is why your feet are heavy and your calendar is crowded. We must separate job from work, employment from deployment, so your obedience can breathe. We go there next. Please write this down. Very important. Your job is what they pay you to do. Your work is what you were born to do. Your job is a role. Your work is your assignment. Your job is temporary. Your work is eternal. You can be fired from your job. You can never be fired from your work. That's why Jesus said, I must work the works of him who sent me. John 9-4. He did not say, I must keep this job. Work is divine. Employment is human. In Genesis 2:15, the Lord God took the man and put him in the garden to work it and keep it. Work existed before a paycheck, before a boss, before a company. Work is purpose in motion. Now let me explain your Monday problem, why your stomach turns on Sunday night. You are living in a place that pays you but does not fit you. Misuse creates abuse. Abuse creates stress. Stress breeds illness. That's why you say, this job is killing me. You're not being dramatic. You are diagnosing misalignment. Proverbs 10:22 says, the blessing of the Lord makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. Sorrow is the tax on misused life. When you function according to specification, energy returns. When you betray your design, your body protests. Please write this down. Do not confuse provision with purpose. Your paycheck may come from a job, but your fulfillment comes from your work, your assignment. Tell your neighbor, announce it. This place is my temporary employment. My work is my real assignment. Say it again. Until fear lets you go, this is temporary. My assignment is permanent. Let God be true and trust no man. If they try to chain you to a chair, he didn't build for you. Your employer is not your source. God is your source, using a company as a conduit. Practical bridge, don't quit foolishly. Transition wisely. Use the job as funding and training while you develop the work. Don't despise the season, but don't worship it. Write this down. Number 1, convert your job into a classroom. Identify 3 transferable skills you are being paid to learn: project management, communication, systems, and apply them to your assignment after hours. Number 2, tithe your time to your work. If you give God 10% of your income, also give your assignment 10% of your week non-negotiable blocks where your gift serves real people. Number 3, make your paycheck a prototype investor. Reduce lifestyle creep and earmark a line item for tools, training, and tiny pilots. Number 4, declare your boundaries. Stop volunteering for every overtime that steals the oxygen your work needs. Luke 4:42 says Jesus departed to a solitary place. Protect your solitary place. Number 5, ship something small every week. A draft, a call, a lesson, a service movement proves deployment readiness. Hear me, retirement is for jobs, not for work. Paul didn't say, I have retired. He said, I have finished my course. 2 Timothy 4:7. Finishers don't quit, they complete. When your work is active, age becomes irrelevant, joy becomes renewable, the glory returns because you are now operating in purpose, not just in payroll. And let me prepare you. Deployment attracts resistance. No product ever leaves a manufacturing plant until it is tested. The manufacturer tests to protect his name. Count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. James 1-2-3. When you step from employment into deployment, expect testing, warranty, and the defense of the maker's reputation. We go there next. For now, stand in your soul and announce, my job is a resource. My work is my reason. I will not worship the resource. I will develop my reason until heaven's intent is visible through my life. Please write this down, very important. No product ever leaves a manufacturing plant until it is tested. Pressure is not punishment, pressure is proof. The refinery does not hate the gold, it honors the gold by exposing its purity. Proverbs 17:3 says, the refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests the hearts. Why? To validate what he installed. When your life was pressed, God was not trying to disqualify you. He was proving the specification under stress. James 1-3 says, the testing of your faith produces patience. Testing produces, it doesn't reduce. Tell your neighbor, my pressure was proof I was valuable. Now hear the manufacturer theology again. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 23:3, for his name's sake, there it is. The success of everything God created protects God's reputation. The last thing a manufacturer puts on a product is their image, because that image is a promise to the market. We stand behind this. Ephesians 1:13 says you were sealed with the Holy Spirit of promise. Seal is warranty language. Heaven is saying, if you operate according to my manual, I cover repairs, replacements, and recalls for my name's sake. Let God be true and trust no man. If they suggest your failure is final, your warranty is active. Reframe your story. Some of what you call trauma became training. Some delays were calibration. Deuteronomy 8:2, remember how the Lord your God led you to humble you and test you to know what was in your heart. Wilderness is not a waste, it is a workshop. Joseph's pit and prison were calibration rooms for palace administration. David's caves trained a king to shepherd rebels into rulers. Romans 8:28 is not a refrigerator magnet, it's a manufacturing policy. All things work together for good. Write this down. Your pain was part of your preparation, not a prediction of your permanent condition. Identity elevation moment. There's a king in this house. Stop acting like a spare part. You are not a leftover. You are a custom build. You're not a generic brand. You carry the image. Announce it. There's a king in this house. Lift your head. Tested does not mean broken. Tested means certified. When the storm hit the house, the inspection revealed foundation, not fashion. Matthew 7:24-25. You are still standing because the specification is sound. Now let me explain warranty under pressure. Every manual has a section called guarantee. It reads, if the product malfunctions under normal use according to instructions, the manufacturer will repair or replace at their expense. Isaiah 43:2 confirms the clause. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned. With you is warranty language. The waters did not mean you were abandoned. They activated coverage. Write it down. My warranty works best under pressure. So what do we do with this revelation? Convert it into a system you can repeat. We are moving from inspiration to inspection. This week, we will run a purpose audit, simple, written, scheduled, so you can identify what was installed, where it has been validated, and where the next obedient inch belongs. Get your notebook ready. Title a fresh page, Warranty and Work, and prepare to log your tests, your installed features, and your deployment steps. Light comes when you move, and clarity comes when you measure. In the next moments, I am going to hand you a map you can use immediately. Purpose responds to structure. Let's build the audit and honor the manufacturer's name. Please write this down, very important. Clarity comes when you write, and power comes when you schedule. Proverbs 20:5 says, counsel in the heart of man is like deep water. A man of understanding will draw it out. The purpose audit is how you draw it out. Take a clean page, title it Purpose Audit, and set a 4 or 5 minute appointment with yourself this week, non-negotiable, like a doctor's visit. We are about to move from mystery to measurement because purpose responds to structure. Number one, identity statement. One sentence that names who you are by design, not by duty. Use the mirror of the manual. I am a royal priest, image bearer, a builder of people and systems for the king. 1 Peter 2-9. Keep it simple, true, and present tense. Let God be true and trust no man if they argue with your birth certificate from heaven. Number two, top 3 gifts. List the capacities you do with grace and get results from consistently. Romans 12:6 says, having gifts that differ, let us use them. Write the 3 and add 1 sentence of observable proof under each who benefited, what changed, what fruit appeared. Ease is evidence of design. Don't insult your installation by calling it nothing. Number 3, childhood patterns. Recover the original file. Write 5 lines that begin, as a child, I love to. Circle recurring actions, teaching, building, organizing, creating, defending, solving. That's your operating system before culture installed fear. Jeremiah 1-5 is your receipt. Before I formed you, I set you apart. Number 4, problems you feel called to solve. Purpose is allergic to apathy. What broken thing makes you grieve and burn simultaneously? Name 3 problems in people or places you cannot walk past. Fatherlessness, waste in organizations, illiteracy, fractured teams, unhealthy leaders, boring classrooms, ugly spaces. Pain points reveal assignment points. Number 5, next, obedience step. Convert revelation into motion. 1 micro action in 7 days aligned with your gifts and the problem you named. Write 1 page, teach a 2 0-minute session, build a tiny prototype, serve 1 hour where the pain lives. Design a draft, organize 5 people into a pilot, mentor 1 student, put a day, time, and location on it now. James 2:17, faith without works is dead. Scheduling is faith with legs. Filtering question, write it bold. What activity energizes me without external reward? If money could not control me for 1 year, what would I wake up to do for free and still sleep smiling? That is fuel talking. Follow the fuel. Jesus said, my food is to do the will of him who sent me. John 4:34. Food is energy. Obedience feeds you. Accountability, text 1 trusted person, your micro action and time stamp. Ask them to check in after. Then log the fruit, what happened, what you learned, what surprised you. Modify the next inch. Lamps reveal inches. Inches become miles. Open your mouth and declare. Tell your neighbor, I'm coming out of hiding. I'm deploying. Say it again until fear drops off. I'm coming out of hiding. I'm deploying. Ephesians 2:10 seals it. We are his workmanship, created for good works, which God prepared beforehand. Purpose is not pressure. It is freedom with responsibility. The yoke is easy. The burden is light when you carry what you were built to carry. Matthew 11:30. Write it down. Schedule it. Move your feet. Light comes when you move. And clarity comes when you measure. Please write this down, very important. We have walked a road tonight. We began with the shock. You didn't arrive empty. You arrived preloaded. Then we laid the foundation with the 5 questions that control the human race. Who am I? Where am I from? Why am I here? What can I do? Where am I going? Because until those are answered, destiny stays blurred. We opened the manual and saw manufacturer theology. Your explanation does not belong to the crowd. It belongs to the Creator. We stood on the end from the beginning principle. Isaiah 46:10. He declares the end from the beginning. Your future was installed before your birth. We dethroned plans with purpose. Many other plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Proverbs 19:21. Then we traced the clues. Identity, meet yourself again. Gifts, your ability is proof of assignment. Childhood, the first dream was original file. We activated obedience. Light comes when you move. We separated job from work. Don't look for employment, look for deployment. We reframe your pressure testing, warranty, and the reputation of the maker. And we handed you a tool, the purpose audit, because clarity responds to writing and scheduling. Now hear the prophetic word. You are not late. You are being awakened. Your next season is recovery and release. Recover the original design. Release the installed assignment. Ephesians 2:10 says, you are his workmanship, created for good works, prepared beforehand. Beforehand means you are pre-approved. Tell your neighbor, I won the race. Say it again, I won. Let God be true and trust no man if they label you behind schedule. The manufacturer is not nervous. He is ready to deploy you. Call to action immediate. Today, not next month. Write the audit. Set the 4 or 5 minute appointment before you sleep. Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision and make it plain. Within 24 hours, take the next obedient step. Teach 20 minutes. Write 1 page. Serve 1 hour. Build 1 tiny prototype. Put a day, time, and location on it. Announce over your environment, this place is my temporary employment. My work is my real assignment. Proverbs 3:6 inches, all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Paths appear under obedient feet. Pray this with me. Lord, I submit to your purpose. Recover my original design. Cleanse me from every corrupt file. Awaken my first love. Align my identity, gifts, and childhood patterns with your intent. And deploy me in my generation. I receive courage for movement, wisdom for structure, and grace for testing for your name's sake. Amen. Final charge. Stop trying to find what God already finished. Your responsibility is to uncover it, obey it, and finish what you were born to start. Paul said, I have finished my course, 2 Timothy 4:7. That's your testimony waiting. Move your feet, measure your fruit, protect your focus, and honor the manufacturer's image on you. Hear the banner sentence and write it everywhere. You were not born to find your purpose. You were born with your purpose. Now go and finish.